Hi there, my name's Paul Haas. I'm a physiotherapist from Bounce Health Group, and today we're doing Taping 101 and we're going to go through low dye taping of the foot. And some of you might be familiar with the low dye taping. It's done a lot by podiatrists when they're assessing if someone requires an orthotic. But we as physiotherapists also like to use it to deal with some structures in the foot, like some of the tendons that come in, some of the bones around here, growth plates in children. If we think that there's not a major issue, just some soreness, we'll use a low dye taping technique to offload these structures and give them a break so that the foot can function with less pain, which means we can get people back on the park quicker. And we also use it during the week when they're not training or playing to allow inflammation, those sort of things to settle down. So it's a very useful technique. Okay, now before we talk about that, just some important things about taping and the skin. Remember that there is a small percentage of people that do react badly to normal rigid tape, which is going to be our tape for the day. So you can use things like some protective films for the skin, which is this is a Coloplast. So it's just it starts off as a sort of a lotion that then gets a bit harder and you can peel it off. So it's a protective layer for the skin. You can also use things like Fixamol, which is a low allergenic tape if someone does have irritable skin. And you can also use things that aren't irritants, but aren't things that protect irritation, but actually make the tape stick easier. So you've got skin prep, and there's other things like that you can use. So my personal preference is to have one of these Coloplast films to rub on first, and then if I think it's required, I'll use the Fixamol. Underwrap is another thing you can use, but it doesn't. Yeah, for mechanical support and tightness of what the tape's trying to achieve. Although that protects the skin, it doesn't actually help you. It compromises the taping technique. Okay, so let's have a look here. So we've got Nick Meffin up here, who's our patient for the day. Say hi to Nick.
Hello, how you going?
Excellent. Okay, so now like our normal taping technique where we're trying to hold the foot nice and stable here, and we're doing all these anchors and things, with low dye taping, we're actually trying to invert the foot a bit. So we're trying to bring the foot inwards, which means that these structures here are offloaded, and it protects the foot, and we can protect the arch and the plantar fascia and all these things, okay? So let's kick off. So let's pretend I've actually rubbed the Coloplast all over here, okay? What I generally do just to measure this anchor is I just do it backwards like this, just to see where I need to rip. So that's about right there, so I'll rip my tape here and apply my anchor. Okay, so the anchor sits right along the the edge of the foot, like so. Some people like to do a slightly modified anchor where they actually try and invert the foot, and so they can start up here a bit more. They come down, and then you just ask your patient to just roll their foot in a little bit, and then it does bunch up a little bit at the back, but you try and achieve this anchor where you. Oh, sorry guys, I'll start again. Went a bit low that time. So start again with the anchor, come around like this, and then wrap around and bring it back to where it started. So that's another way that's another version of your anchor that you can use. I've tried all different types, and I'm happy with the first one, just a straight loop, and then I can get my tension with these little strips that I'll take you through now. Okay, so what we do is we ask the patient just to roll their foot inwards a little bit, and I start from the rear foot and move to the forefoot, and so we apply some tape to our anchor, and we're rolling in like this. Okay, so that's our first application, and we generally go a third over each one. Okay, so a third over there, coming up. Sometimes you get a little bit of extra tape if you're in a hurry, but that's more cosmetic than anything. There's no issue with that. Again, just asking the patient to be slightly inverted with their foot. I think over the years I've probably asked them to invert a bit more because I think that you need to get that mechanical advantage. So invert is basically rolling the foot inwards. Okay, we'll just roll in, apply the tape, and we work our way all the way through to the forefoot. Again, you can see I'm getting a bit of that mechanical pull to make sure that the tape comes right up. Okay, so just a couple more of these. So really pulling up, a little bit too long that one, we'll just clean that up a little bit. Okay, one more of those. Okay, and what you'll find sometimes with your tape, if you do this a lot, some people actually like to start with little strips like this on the bed. So you've got like 10 strips, so it can be done much quicker. So it's up to you. I've just basically gone as I've gone along here. But some people do like to be prepared, especially if they've got if they know they've got a team and they've got 6 guys or girls that need to be taped. They can prepare before they come in, so they get through a run quicker. Okay, and then basically what you do at the end of your low die is to just lock that off. So you started with an anchor, and you finish with an anchor. Okay. Some people who sweat a lot tend to the tape starts to peel. So what I generally do is put a strip over the top just to hold the anchors, and I apply that lightly with no tension because of the pedal sort of arteries and veins here that need to be protected so you don't block the circulation. So that's a low die tape. There is an augmented low die which we'll go through next time, which allows even more lock-in. But we think the low die is probably good enough for now for you guys to go through and have a practice. And as I said, you can use it on your patients with tendon problems, plantar fasciitis. It also works for really flat feet that you want to try and lift the arch up. And good luck with your low die taping. Thank you.